Why do two products that are quality-wise identical can have two very different values in a consumer's eyes? Why is the white polo from H&M cheap and the one from Ralph Lauren expensive? You see, these brands have mastered something far more advanced than just good design, but it's also not just as simple as branding. They have actually mastered building a product that sells you an identity that you immediately are willing to pay 10 times the price for. So how do they actually do it? You see, these brands have spent billions of dollars on actually mastering and trying to crack the code on what makes a buyer click buy. Why do they click purchase? Well, the same exact principles that these companies are using, I have been using over the last 6 months to help build over 50 plus RUO peptide companies with zero ads and zero marketing. And in this video, I will be showing you exactly how I repeated this process over and over and even achieved it with the most boring, simple product just to prove it works on anything. Every time you look at different brands, they truly are very different. Premium coffee, premium cars, premium clothing. But the common denominator amongst all these premium brands is what exactly? You see, this isn't about becoming the most popular product, the trendiest brand out there. It's quite literally the opposite. And the first principle that every one of these premium brands have been able to master is the art of exclusivity, the feeling of belonging to something bigger than what you are as a consumer. Sure, something can be exclusive, but the feeling that your customer should feel once they have your product should be something bigger and greater than what your actual product is. Now, to fully understand this, we need to go back to 1905 and take Rolex as an example. Hans Wilsdorf was the original founder of Rolex with the quest of having chronometric precision. At the time, many timepieces were not accurate, and the whole quest of this was to not only have a reliable timepiece, but something that is also fashionable. But it was only a matter of time if he continued down this path that something better would come along the way and steal the attention of the public. So he continued evolving the watch by making it waterproof. But not only that, by using a young English swimmer named Mercedes Gleitz, I apologize if I butchered that, to literally swim across the English Channel, a swim that lasted over 10 hours, all to prove that the watch was waterproof. And as time continues, he does it over and over again. When we get to 1953, Rolex starts developing watches that go farther than just telling time and are meant for professional activities such as deep sea diving, aviation, mountain climbing, and scientific exploration. By consistently being the pioneer and in the hands of every great person in the world, they were able to build not only a brand around this that is so exclusive, but the identity that if you owned a Rolex, you were among the great. Now, the reason why some brands are so much better in the consumer eyes is not just the features or the name of the brand, but it goes down deeper into the identity that your customer should feel once they have your product in their hands. Rolex was already a good example, but taking something more modern, if we look at a clothing brand like Young LA was founded back in 2014 and to this day is one of the biggest competitors in the fitness industry when it comes to clothing, right next to Gymshark. But that itself is not necessarily a bad thing, it actually is a good thing. It's called a duopoly. It's the exact same thing that both Pepsi and Coca-Cola use in their marketing, constantly going back and forth at each other, and it's almost a sense of rivalry. And with that, each of its buyers has a sense of loyalty to their brands as well. Now, along with that, they started out with very simple, straightforward products, but as the brand evolved, so did their products. To the point where Young LA and Gymshark both have every single piece of activewear that you could possibly ever need. You shouldn't have to take their products off. This further reinforces the identity and rivalry between brands, so buyers always have something new to look forward to, but also so that either brand has the drive to outcompete the other. Now, this can all be said in theory, but being able to actually apply this philosophy to multiple different brands and truly have success with it is completely different. This is a company I own. It's called Halo Back, and it sells one product. Probably the most boring, most commoditized thing in the entire RUO peptide market, and it's backwater. There's nothing special about it. You cannot improve water, and it is the same as any other that you search up online. Now, if you don't already know, to stay RUO compliant in the peptide industry, you cannot have backwater on your peptide website. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that most people don't actually have it, but per FDA regulations, it's heavily scrutinized upon. So to stay as safe as possible, it's highly suggested that you do not include backwater on your website. And with my clients, we need to make sure everyone is compliant, and that's the entire business model. So I built Halo as its own company purely for the purpose of referring buyers over to the site without using any ads. There's no audience and no paid traffic at all. But through this, using this exact same methodology that I've applied as well to all the peptide brands I work with, we've been able to get buyers purely through SEO on cold traffic because of the way that our site is perceived by our customers. Now, how can you actually apply this and build it out for yourself? Well, when you sell 30 things, your attention is split 30 different ways, 30 different SKUs, 30 different products. It causes confusion for your buyers. The photography is worse, the branding's worse, your copy is worse, the page is slower, and not a single product on your site is as good as it potentially could be because you do not have time to make it good. Your attention is scattered. When you sell one thing, every decision you make compounds into the same place. It's one page that you get to obsess over and master and perfect. There's also a subtle signal in it, and it roots down to the human subconscious that when a brand is selling one singular product, it's premium, it's high quality, they've mastered that product, and their whole business is built around one specific SKU. Now, I'm not telling you to go for your RUO peptide company to sell one product. It's not what my company does, that's not what our clients do. But to use that same philosophy and that ideology to apply to what products that you choose for your catalog is how I want everyone to think about this. If you have a crazy big SKU list and spread across so many different products, you aren't able to identify and master what product is shown to your customers and where they can buy the best and most high quality. And with that, I personally sit down with every single one of our clients and help them identify exactly what their brand is going to be about, the story that they want to tell, and the identity that they want the customer to perceive them by. And from there, we can figure out who their ideal customer is and build the brand that is specifically for them. Now, the second thing is anybody can say copy Apple. They're the premium brand, the best company out when it comes to presence and premium, exclusivity, best quality product. But what people usually think is that it's just a white background, a thin font and lots of space, but that's not it at all. What Apple actually does is it refuses to argue with any other brand out there. There's no spec comparison chart on their page. They don't list what the other guy's phone is missing. They show you the product, they say 3 things about it, and they stop talking. The confidence is the entire pitch in and of itself. You don't have to go compare and say, oh, I have 7x testing, I have 8x testing for a peptide brand. When you know that you're the best brand out there, when you're the most high quality and most premium, there's no need for you to go bash other companies down. And so I want you to look at this page. There's one vial, neutral background, and the copy is 4 facts. USP grade, sterile filled, lab verified, and ships in 24 hours. And that's it. There's nothing telling people that we're the best. Nothing about the premium quality. There's no badges or 5-star reviews, none of that. And the reason this works is our product is literally water. There's no way for me to make water better. Customer can feel like they're being sold to when they're being lied to. The branding identity and the way the customer goes through our website, checks out, it's very quick and easy. You want to optimize every single aspect of that big fat funnel. And I would argue in this industry right now, there's too many people concerned about, oh, I need to get more testing. I need to go show that my product is the best out there and run ads and lower my pricing. Whereas that's not really what your customers want. The branding around your company is far more important than having a big SKU list and having every product and the cheapest pricing. Because in a customer's perspective, if you have the highest quality, if you are the most premium brand out there and that they feel like they're being a part of something bigger, they're 100% going to be ordering from your brand over another that just might be cheaper. Now for the pricing, this product in specific costs almost nothing to produce, and it is priced at the top of its category on purpose. Now you would think that a high price is something that's going to pull people away. Just like how I mentioned, it actually does quite literally the opposite. Somebody is buying a sterile lab research peptide and they're buying confidence that it was handled correctly and that there is no problems. Now when you price it cheaply, it tells the product that corners got cut, that it's low price, meaning it might have low quality. And it's the exact same thing with H&M versus Ralph Lauren. Same cotton, but completely different prices. Now the last part of this is where the actual traffic is coming from. There's 0 ad spend on this. We don't have any influencers or paid traffic going to this website. And honestly, that's a good thing to not rely on because those things can be shut off at any single day in this industry. So instead, we've optimized our SEO and our word of mouth referrals alongside our point system that a ton of people are lacking in this space. When you have one product, there's one search intent and the entire search is going to be about that one singular thing. If every single thing about your site is dialed in, it's gonna pop up at the top every single time. It's fast results, fast response time, fast checkout. Google crawls for that specific information. And the second part is that you need to understand that search traffic is very high intent. Nobody is going on this page by accident. They've already decided that they want it, so they search for it. Every piece of our website is designed not to sell them on the product, although it does, the selling itself, but it's not to lose them. We do this through a ton of different other things like a reward system, email reminders, incentives, all of these different things make the core of this brand. So if you have reached this point in this video and you're like, Austin, I learned a little bit more about this industry than I did before I started watching, I'm glad I did my job, and I got a bunch of other videos posted on my channel for you to learn a little bit more as well. It should be somewhere along this side. Editor, please put them in here, and if you want to leave a subscribe down below, that would be greatly appreciated. But on a more serious note, if you are already running a peptide company or are looking to start one and want to join an awesome community of over 60 live clients that get my personal help and my team, there will be a little link below for you to fill out a quick application to get started with us. Look forward to hearing from each and every one of you guys very shortly. Peace. Hope you enjoyed.